Hi, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California, and I'm making this particular video file to help fellow Americans and fellow San Diegans to understand something. I'm a target of what is known as organized gang stalking, which is also known as gang stalking, that can be Googled and YouTubed in order for you to be able to understand what that is. And I want you to understand that this is a tidbit file, and tidbit files are nothing but tidbits, flashpoints, sound bites of pertinent information in reference to the type of crime that's happening towards me, who's involved, where it's happening at, and who's protecting it and who's allowing it. Now, this particular video is going to be made in reference to how UCSD, SDSU, Point Loma Library, and USD, even though I don't go over to USD anymore, had been 100% involved in intercepting my emails for help, and my cell phone is also hacked. Phone numbers are appearing on my cell phone that I have no idea who they are. Phone calls that I have made have been erased in reference to how I've contacted other targets of this crime in San Diego. And I'm here to tell you today, fellow American citizens, that I can look you right in the eye and humbly and directly tell you who's involved in this crime: the San Diego Police Department. And they will use multi-jurisdictional connections, cooperation with the California Highway Patrol, the Sheriff's Department, and probably eventually even, I don't know what police department is involved in being the court police officers that are involved in court proceedings. But I think it's the Sheriff's Department. But what I'm trying to say is that the San Diego Police will again be used in this crime towards me in reference to my temporary periodic living situation, which was created by them in reference to how my rent was stolen. Because if you go to Google, you can type in organized stalking or gang stalking and create homelessness of targets. They do it so they can then try and claim that a target cannot take care of themselves as a result of their destitution, and so they can take legal custody of a target through a probate attorney. And that's not the only conduit that they use in order to take this legal custody. It's just one small aspect of it, but I'm just telling you that that is one reason why the homelessness is created. And if you go to Google and extensively research it, you'll see that all targets of organized gang stalking, homelessness is created towards them by getting landlords and property owners on board, by stealing the target's rent. My rent was stolen. That was mailed certified mail return receipt by the United States Postal Service. Now, the reason why emails are intercepted and cell phones are hacked is because what they want to be able to do is keep the expedition going so the expedition can bear fruits for the resulting motivation, for the result of the initial motivation, which is containment, so they can take legal custody of a target, Social Security, to exploit their Medicare, and then to exploit the target sexually in a syndicated run group home. I got birds flying all around me right now. And so what they do is basically do nothing but create homelessness of a target and then harass a target along all of their routes, including even by the business community. And that is achieved through slander. It's achieved through the law enforcement tool of the community notification. And you would not believe how I'm harassed by the business community. People I don't even know. Okay, I am literally subjected to organized gang stalking sensitization tactics that have to do with specific types of physical gestures and direct conversation tactics. And the average citizen in the community that is just walking by me while I'm walking in these environments don't know what's happening towards me because they don't know how I've been sensitized. But the whole goal at the end of the day is try to either paint the picture that the target cannot take care of themselves because of the living situation they're in, plus as a result of the falsified police reports that are filed throughout this expedition after staged incidences are brought about towards a target, also as a result of how they'll even petition a target into the hospital so they can be deliberately diagnosed with false mental diagnoses, and to bilk the Medicare out of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And all of that money is kicked back to the participants who participated in the petitioning and in the administrative work in reference to the paperwork that was filed to make it look like the Medicare was billed legitimately, and the doctors involved that deliberately diagnosed the target with a false mental diagnosis, and that's done for two reasons. That's done to discredit the target, and it's done to make it appear that the Medicare was billed for legitimate reasons. It's nothing but organized crime within the system. And everybody that played a role in it, from the police officer that files the false police report and the petitioning, gets a cut back from the Medicare. The doctors that were involved, the one or two hospital administrative staff that does the paperwork appropriately so they can bilk the Medicare. And this is literally how it's done. And they will even take a target off of Social Security, so total financial destitution is created, which then in turn causes the target to run through the very system they're infested in. So they can then be placed in temporary homeless shelters where they're gaslighted and harassed on a non-stop basis, where staged incidences occur towards them in these homes. Yeah, and then they're blamed for them. Yeah, so it's all done. These things are done for documentation purposes between homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, charities like Salvation Army, because a lot of times when you apply for food through them, they'll forward that paperwork to social services. Churches will do the same thing, and doctors in nearby hospitals, county mental health, social services, it's organized crime within the system that has tentacles out within the community. And they did nothing but set up a protocol in reference to how they can use their job descriptions to tear down a target's life. Lawyers, judges, probate lawyers, syndicated social services workers, members in charities and churches. It's organized. It's gang stalking that is directly connected to these places. And they used what is known as the community notification, which is supposed to be a law enforcement tool to notify the community at large about a predator that might just be getting out of jail, or might have just been convicted of a crime like either drug dealing, drug using, prostitution, pedophiles, rapists, sexual offenders. But they're using this tool against innocent human beings, okay, to notify the business at large and to notify civic groups in the community. And they combine the community notification with a lie about the target to get the community at large to harass the target for them based on this lie. Go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." You'll see in part how they operate. My name is Leslie Williams. You know, I make these video files to try and help people understand that people, they're going after the elderly, people on disability, including veterans. They will go after anybody that's vulnerable, single women, single mothers, because they go after the single mothers to get a hold of the child, to place them in foster care by wrecking their lives in the same way, using the same methods. And what they do then is try and claim that the mother can't take care of the child as a result of the destitution they create for them. They will then separate the child from the mother, put the child in foster care, and apply for federal funds per child, and then try and turn the mother into a prostitute, because they're directly connected to also organized crime that's in the community, like drug dealers. Yeah. My name is Leslie Williams. You would not believe what I know. Okay? And all you have to do is go to Google and YouTube and thoroughly investigate what organized gang stalking is in order to be able to see the particulars and methods and tactics that I'm describing, the places that I'm describing. You can go to Google right now and type in "organized stalking space universities" and you'll get 7,600,000 responses. That's no accident. And you can go to Google and type in "organized stalking" or "gang stalking" and email interception, because they literally intercept the emails that I'm sending for help at UCSD, SDSU, Point Loma Library, and they did it for 10 straight months over at USD, because they got to keep a target isolated in the campaign so the campaign can bear its fruits. The motivation behind why they picked the target to begin with. If I get help, they have a harder time getting this eventual legal custody, so they can take over my monthly Social Security to exploit my Medicare and to exploit me sexually in a syndicated run group home. And they do it through all these methods of isolation and staged incidences along a target's route, including so falsified police reports can be made, so targets have to go to the hospital where falsified doctor reports are made. They take the accumulated documentation and present it before a probate judge and a probate attorney. It's all staged, and that's where they then make the target a legal ward of the state put them in a syndicated running group home, and that's where the monthly Social Security checks is taken over. The Medicare is continually exploited through staged incidences in the homes, and where the target is also sexually exploited. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm here today to tell you, fellow American citizens, I am not a threat to myself. I am not a threat to others. I do not do drugs. I do not drink. I do not sleep around. I do not steal. I am not involved in any criminal activity whatsoever. I'm not bipolar. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not paranoid schizophrenic. I'm not schizoaffective. I'm not delusional. And these are the types of methods and labels that they put on targets in order to get this legal custody that I'm verbalizing to you. It's nothing but flat-out torture for money. Okay, so I strongly suggest you research thoroughly organized gang stalking or gang stalking online. Cross-reference it to the descriptions of employment that I described in this video, the places that I've described in this video, businesses, community notification, universities, email interception, cyber surveillance, cell phone hacking, street theaters, which are the staged incidences. That's a gang stalking term. And you'll be able to see exactly what I'm telling you is the truth. Make sure you look in the comments feature of this YouTube video. Today's date is July 26, 2012. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a target of this crime in San Diego, California. Thank you.